It's a good AGam in Kansas morning. Good morning. Let's take a look and see what's coming up today. Today we take you inside the Meade County Beef Show special tribute of the orphaned calf relief of Southwest Kansas. Meet the awesome kids that spent the last 4 months nursing these. Mary Kaltenbach shares what this group meant to her as a rancher devastated by the fire, and hear from a special group that traveled all the way from Michigan to honor these kids. We'll end with Dr. Chris Blevins giving tips on finding information for your horse. Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com. This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
I am Afton Schlachtermeyer of Meade, Kansas. I'm 17 years old. My family and my 4-H club was the ones that started the whole orphan calf thing, and here we are at the fair, wrapping it up for, this will be the last time that we get to spend with them. Overall, I will say it's been actually sad this last week because we start to grow very attached to them, and it's very hard to let them go, but we're excited that the breeders and owners are finally getting back to where they feel they can take them and make everything work out, so that is a happy part. This experience, as I said earlier, was very humbling. It's amazing to be a part. I feel so honored that I was able to be involved in this and meet all the people that I have and see all the support. Overall, this has just been a tremendous experience, not only for me to see other people coming together, but in the agricultural world, how much it has expanded and how far things have come, and just overall, all the great things. Okay, oh my goodness, the convoy. When I first heard about it, my mom said, there's some people coming from Michigan, they just want to drop off some supplies, and I think it'll be maybe a truck and a trailer. I was like, okay, that won't be bad. Well, then it jumped to 2 semis that had been traveling together, and then later that night when they all started coming, here's 7 semis that pulled into my driveway. This was one of 3 convoys that came, and oh my goodness, the people that just kept piling out, the supplies, that things were flying everywhere. And honestly, that experience it was a very late night, but it was so fun to see all the people working together. We had so many different assembly lines, piling everything up, and honestly, the convoy has been a huge part of this whole thing. And just seeing that all come together with people who didn't even know each other hours before, just come together, has been incredible. Right. For someone to travel that far from a completely different state to see calves is something I will probably never see again in my lifetime. It has been awesome that they feel such a big part of this, because they are, and they are a huge reason that these calves are able to be here today. It is so great that we've had families that are willing to bring their calves in to show this, and just let them see. And it is great for them to see how far they've come also, because they did see the calves when they were younger, and so I'm sure this is it's fun for them to see them also, and they should be very proud and know that they were a huge part of this. The scholarship, I will try not to cry. That was a complete surprise to me. I had no idea. I feel very honored. I honestly have never felt so involved in something and like I've been a part of something so much, and just receiving that scholarship, a complete surprise, was such a feeling I can't even explain. It makes me speechless, honestly, to think about it, how people can be so giving and grateful, especially after they've already given so much. And especially to me, I just feel so honored, especially when there's a ton of people that have also done a lot for this. So.
To see this show and past episodes of AGam in Kansas, go online to agaminkansas.com.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.
Soil is the life of a farm, and for 25 years, SureCrop Liquid Crop Nutrition has helped growers produce abundant quality crops while preserving and improving the soils they steward. SureCrop offers complete soil and plant analysis with cropping recommendations, delivery direct to your on-farm storage, and quality crop nutrition custom blended for your field. Choose SureCrop for the assurance of excellence for your soil. Call today or visit their website for more information.
Next time you see a beautiful field of corn, reach out and thank the farmers who work tirelessly to raise corn for livestock feed, renewable fuels, and exports to feed a growing world population. The farmers on the Kansas Corn Commission work for Kansas Corn with grower-funded checkoff dollars that support foreign and domestic market development, research, promotion, and education to expand opportunities for Kansas farmers. To learn more, visit kscorn.com.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
I'm really excited to be back in Meade for the third time now. This time on a little happier note, we were able to visit with some folks that we met this spring, kind of see how they're progressing since the fires have subsided, and bring a little bit of excitement with us down here and get some scholarships out that we were able to raise. Kansas wasn't exactly the original place that we had planned to head to. We got directed up here after Kansas wasn't really getting any publicity about the fire. And through a few of us starting this, it turned into several trips. And we covered a lot of Meade County and Clark County with quite a few semi-loads of hay and other donations that we were able to bring down. Big thing for me is that I really wanted to do this to show my son what you do when you need to help your neighbor out. And he's 7, and a lot of these kids are about the same age, you know, so he's able to see through pictures and videos that we've taken of what these kids have been put through, and I think it brings it full circle back to what he's learned, how to help your neighbor out too. We're on the internet. We've got a website now. It's called agcommunityrelief.com. And we've got lots of stories on there from our trips down here. We've got other projects going. We had a truck leave this morning for Nebraska. There was a big horse farm out there that burned up, and we were able to get them a semi-load of hay just to kind of get started. And we've actually kind of launched a new T-shirt fundraiser to help raise some money to help those up in Montana and the Dakotas that are going through the drought and fire. So with whatever we can raise from that shirt, we're going to dump right back into Senate trucks their way.
KFRM is one of the largest farm radio stations in the nation, dedicated to informing and entertaining rural listeners from northern Oklahoma to southwestern Nebraska. You can catch KFRM in many ways. Of course, 550 on the AM dial, streaming at kfrm.com, or on your smartphone by going to the TuneIn Radio app, or on AGam in Kansas on Tuesdays, and Facebook every day of the week. KFRM, tune us in. You'll be glad you did.
Valley Vet Supply is devoted to providing information and professional quality products at reasonable prices.
ValleyVet.com, ValleyVet.com, Valley Vet Supply.
Earlier in my life, I rode bucking horses and rodeos, and my shoulders took such a beating, and that was probably the reason for having several previous surgeries on both shoulders. About a year ago, I decided that I didn't want to have another surgery, and so I contacted Kansas Regenerative Medicine, took their treatment process. It was relatively pain-free. Now, after 8 months, my shoulders have healed to the point where I think I'm probably 90 to 95% of normal. It takes a couple of months to start to see results and feel real progress. That continued to increase gradually until now at approximately 8 months, and I'm extremely pleased. I've got full range of motion. I can lift weights, I can throw, I can do a lot of things that I couldn't do without a lot of pain previously.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org. This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
I'm Mary Kaltenbach, and I'm from Ashland, Kansas. We were affected by the Starbuck fire March 6th and 7th. We lost several head of cattle. We had mama cows that we lost, and then so there were baby calves that didn't have moms. The kids and volunteers from Meade County, and it ended up being a lot further around than that, decided they would help us and take our baby calves that didn't have moms. So we said, sure, that'd be great. One less thing for us to worry about. It was a terrible, horrible thing that the most wonderful blessings came from. The ag community stepped up, helped from far away and from near. These bucket calves taught responsibility to kids, and they just embraced the whole situation. It's fabulous. You can't begin to describe how wonderful it was and how much it taught kids responsibility, what we do, what agriculture really means, that your food doesn't come from the grocery store, it comes from where you started with a bottle calf all the way up to finish and harvest. I am not a real emotional person. However, when you saw truckload after truckload after truckload of hay with an American flag on the back end of it going through your small town waiting to unload, it was humbling. I'm going to tell you it's a lot easier to give than receive, but it was fabulous. They cannot have hay left in Michigan and those surrounding states. They sent it all to us. It was amazing.
This is Eric Stonestreet, and as many of you know, I love my home state of Kansas. In March, Kansas ranchers lost homes, equipment, and thousands of cattle from the largest wildfires in the state's history. Imagine losing all you have in a fire. Not just your house, but your livelihood. Ranchers are beginning to rebuild, but it will take years and tens of millions of dollars to build back herds, fences, and other infrastructure. Today, I'm asking you to help. Donate what you can and show your support to the ranchers of Kansas. Simply go to kansasfires.com. Your donation is tax deductible and will go to those who need it the most.
No matter where, no matter why, the Veterinary Health Center at Kansas State University is committed to providing quality patient care to animals and exceptional customer service to their owners. From routine checkups to emergency and specialty care, our world-renowned specialists and experienced professionals are here to discover, to teach, and to heal.
Let us know.
How can I help? How can we help?
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
The Kansas Wheat Innovation Center in Manhattan is rediscovering ways to get improved varieties and new genetics in the hands of farmers faster. Grower-led and checkoff-funded research initiatives are bringing about positive change. This grassroots leadership provides a strong voice in Topeka and Washington, D.C. Now is the time to partner with Kansas Wheat in moving wheat forward. Kansas Wheat Commission and Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Farmers investing in their future and yours. Log on to rediscoverwheat.org.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Corn. Learn more at kscorn.com.
we had 7 of our permanent staff involved with the fire. 2 of them were involved with the Incident Command Center, with the Kansas Department of Emergency Management at Topeka. We had Rodney Redinger working the fire in Hutchinson, and he was actually the operations section leader for that incident management team. And working with the local law enforcement agencies, he was one that helped pull the trigger on the evacuation order for that Highland fire in the Hutchinson area. The other significant part is once the General Taffanelli staff provided what we call a task order, we were instrumental in bringing in out-of-state resources. In that regard, what we did, and Eric Ward was a section leader on this, people coming from out of state were directed to report to Dodge City, Kansas. Eric checked them in there, and then he deployed them to the Clark County fire. We are very, very small in staff that is assigned fire responsibility. Actually, only 4 of our staff that I referenced, there were 7 on the fires, only 4 of them are full-time fire managers, if you will. Effective this week, the Kansas legislature approved membership in the Great Plains Fire Compact. That's one of 9 compacts around the nation. By virtue of being in that compact, it's a state-to-state mutual aid agreement arrangement. And what that means, I as state forester can call my fellow state foresters and say, I need help. And we can negotiate how that help is going to be provided, whether it's going to be complimentary or voluntary, or whether it's going to be paid for. And once that is established, then we start moving people into the state to help with these fires. The good news about that, we can respond much earlier than waiting for a national or state declaration of an emergency. Number 2, when we start bringing in the out-of-state resources, for the most part, they are very skilled resources. They have gone through wildfire training programs, through what they call task books, and they have raised their level of performance a great deal. And virtue of those 2 things, quick response and having skilled people, adds a great deal of value. Skilled people with equipment adds a great deal of value. And in the case of both the 2016 fire known as Anderson Creek and now the one down in Clark County known as Starbuck, had we been in the compact when those fires were actually burning, because the fire started in Oklahoma, they could have used all their suppression teams to right across the border to help with that fire. Because we weren't in the compact, and even with the aircraft, they stopped them at the border. And we think we've solved that for future fires that come from out of state.
Tarwater Farm and Home has been family-owned and operated since its beginning in 1978. What you need for farm and agriculture, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, and so much more. You'll be surprised at what you'll find in this huge store. They have what you need and lots of it. So come take a look. You'll discover that customer service is first and foremost. Always has been with the Tarwaters. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
We do business with Blueville because of the quality of their work. It is excellent quality, and because they make a commitment to their customers.
We enjoy the benefits of hiring a good company to help us maintain this home.
We will always do business with Blueville. We have for many, many years, and there's no reason for us to look for any other service.
Grain sorghum is one of the most important cereal crops worldwide, and Kansas leads the nation in its production. Over the years, sorghum has been either exported, used in animal feed domestically, or for other industrial uses. Recently, its use in the ethanol market has seen tremendous growth, with 30% of domestic sorghum typically going to ethanol production. Kansas Grain Sorghum is committed to sorghum research, market development, and education. Learn more at ksgrainsorghum.org.
Hello friends, I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson with the Better Horses Radio Show.
For over 9 years, we've been bringing the Better Horses Radio Show to markets all across the Midwest. We talk about God, lots about horses.
We talk about cows, we talk about horse health, we talk to top trainers, and we even talk about Roy Rogers.
We're having a blast with Better Horses Radio Show and would love to take it to a market near you.
So visit our website at betterhorsesradio.com and let us or your local radio station know you'd like to hear it in your area.
The Better Horses Radio Show is unbelievable.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Soybean Commission. Progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Hello and welcome to Horsing Around. I'm Dr. Chris Blevins at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center, and today we're going to talk about what and where you can find some stuff for you and for your horse. Especially, on different websites, there's a lot of information out there, but what's the most reliable sources or some areas that you as a horse owner could go to find some great information medically or some other information that may be needed for your horse or even while traveling. The first place that kind of start with will be just right here at Kansas State Veterinary Health Center at our website. We do have different topics that are on the web for you to learn about, and it's called Timely Topics. And so if you would just take and in your search engine just go KSU Timely Topics, and it should pop right up. And so that's kind of some of the areas that we see here on the screen here of those, and they're different areas medically, surgically, or just the aspects of welfare and management of your horse. So those topics can be found on our website at the Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center. The other area that is of a great place to go for horse owners and horse information is the AAEP.org. And at that, it's the American Association of Equine Practitioners. So yes, it is where your horse veterinarian would go to get information or even go register for conferences, but it also has a toggle for horse owners. And if you find that off to the side, it has its own website for that of horse owners, where then you can learn information of multiple things, including the aspects of equine welfare, how and when to vaccinate your horse, aspects of emergency. If you have an emergency or emergency disaster that would happen with your horse, how would you handle that or respond with those things? So that can be found on this website. In addition, I moved to the area. I need to find an equine veterinarian. This is a great source to find that. For every equine veterinarian that is a member, they will have their practice information on there based on the location of where you're at. So if you're looking for an equine vet, by no means just go to their website and you can get some great information based on that. They also have information on what we call Equine Disease Center communication. And this would be great, especially if you're going to be ever traveling with your horse or want to be in the know of any diseases or outbreaks that are going on across the United States. I actually get these emails once a day or once a week, kind of depends on what's going on, of different outbreaks of diseases that are going on throughout the United States and where they're located and what diseases they're dealing with out there. So, especially those that are going and having to travel a lot, this is again a nice website that you can go to for access of that and be logged in so they can send to your own personal email information on that aspects of disease. The other one would be, going to even a local site. The Kansas Horse Council has a great website to get multitude of different information about your horse, horses even for sale. They even have a directory of veterinarians. So Kansas veterinarians that be around would have that. And there's also going to be a seminar. Horse Care 101 will be October 7th, and you can find information at the Kansas Horse Council website too. Again, there's a lot of information out there. Even AGam in Kansas has some great aspects of these things of horsing around that are on there too. If you have any questions, always give us a call too at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center. I'm Dr. Chris Blevins and for Horsing Around, and we'll see you around.
Closed captioning brought to you by Ag Promo Source. Together we grow. Learn more at agpromosource.com.